Hi, soothing souls. Hope you're all doing really well. Tonight, I'll be whispering another fictional story I wrote. This one is called Whispered Reflections. A year passed, a new one ahead. It was late November, and the first hints of winter hung softly in the air. The kind of quiet that made every little sound feel sharper, more deliberate. Amelia sat by her window, a soft blanket draped over her shoulders, and a small cup of tea warming her hands. Outside, the trees had mostly shed their leaves, their bare branches tapping gently against the glass whenever the wind passed through. She could hear the faint hum of distant traffic, muffled by the blanket of stillness that had settled over the neighborhood. She leaned back in her chair, letting her gaze drift over the familiar view of her street, and began thinking about the year behind her. There were months that had felt heavy, almost unending, when everything seemed to move too quickly or not at all. She remembered the early days of spring, when the world was waking up, but she felt as though she was standing still. Each morning had been in question. How will today feel? What will I face? But then, small moments started to creep in, delicate and almost invisible. The laughter of friends over a shared meal, the warm sunlight spilling across her desk as she wrote in her journal, the quiet evenings spent curled up with a good book. These were the things that balanced the weight of the harder days. Amelia thought about how she hadn't learned to notice them more, to savor them, to learn them, to let them seep quietly into her memory so they could grow when the darker moments came. Summer had arrived like a soft exhale. There had been picnics in the park, the smell of freshly cut grass lingering long after she left, the way cicadas hummed in the evening, their song steady and comforting. She remembered walking along the riverbank, feeling the warm sun on her face, thinking how strange it was that life could be both fleeting and enduring at the same time. She had laughed more in those months than she had in years past, and each laugh felt like a small rebellion against all the worries she had carried. Then came autumn, with its crisp air and golden leaves that whispered secrets as they drifted to the ground. It had been a season of reflection. Amelia spent hours organizing her space, letting go of old notebooks, clothes she no longer wore, little trinkets that held memories she was not ready to release, but realized that she did not need cluttering her home. She found satisfaction in the simple act of creating order, of carving out spaces that felt intentional and calm. And now, as November leaned toward December, Amelia thought about what she wanted for the new year. Not grand promises or impossible resolutions, but quiet intentions. She wanted more mornings like these, sipping tea, watching the world outside, breathing in the stillness. She wanted to write more, not for anyone else, but for herself, letting words spill like soft rain onto the pages of her journal. She wanted to reach out to friends, to reconnect with those she had not spoken to in months, letting apologies and gratitude weave back together the threads that had frayed. Her plans were simple, but that simplicity made them feel attainable. Attainable, 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 attainable. To notice, to breathe, to connect, to create, to carry the lessons of the past year gently forward, letting them guide her through, then weigh her down. And when she closed her eyes at night, she could imagine herself stepping into the new year slowly, deliberately, feeling each step beneath her feet, aware of both the shadows and the light. Outside, the wind rose for a moment, rattling the remaining leaves on the branches. Amelia smiled softly, listening, letting the sound remind her that change is inevitable, but it does not need to be feared. Every season, every gust of wind, every quiet moment was a chance to start again. She reached for her cup of tea once more, the warmth seeping into her hands, and whispered to herself, almost like a promise, "This year, I will be gentle, I will be present, I will notice the little things, and I will carry hope with me, always." The snowflakes began to drift softly outside her window, the first of the season, and Amelia watched as they floated lazily to the ground. Each one was different, delicate, intricate in a way that reminded her that even the smallest things could be beautiful. And in that quiet, wintry night, she felt ready for the new year, ready for its unknowns, ready for the ordinary and the extraordinary alike. She let the tea cool slowly in her hands, and with a deep, calm breath, she leaned back into the comfort of her blanket, allowing herself to feel both the weight of the year past and the gentle pull of the year to come. Outside, the world was silent but alive, and inside, Amelia felt a quiet quiet pulse of anticipation, a steady rhythm that carried her forward, one soft, one deliberate moment at a time. And as she drifted towards sleep that night, the last thought that lingered was simple, yet full of promise. Whatever comes, I will meet it softly, with hope, with patience, and with care. Alright, I think that'll be it for tonight. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this story. I hope you all sleep well, and I hope you all have a great night.